So in this video, I want to kind of get my tongue first. I kind of want to brush over some noise campaign things that happen being in the country. Okay, like I've talked about before, gang stalking can be different in the city life than it can be in the country life. And even though much similar things take place with tactics and such, there's also the noise campaign deal. And with what I've noticed with the noise campaign deal, what they like to do is when I've pulled an all-nighter working with my art or doing some research or doing some write-ups, and I want to go and lay down, and whether that's generally 6 in the morning, and it has to usually always be, of course, when there's no snow on the ground for these noise campaigns to work. And it seems as though they kind of collect your pattern of what you're doing. Like, oh, she gets up at 6 in the morning, so she'll let the dog out and blah, blah, blah. They've already got all this established about you. So what I have done over time is I oop it up a notch. I change it on them. Once I feel that they have learned my patterns, I try to change it by changing patterns. Like, instead of getting up at 6 in the morning, now I'm going to bed at 6 in the morning. So I've done many things like that, but they do catch on eventually. So it doesn't work forever, but it does work temporary for a bit, so you can screw with them, so that you can gain a little time before the next setup. These are things that I have done. Okay, well, once they learned, oh, she's going to bed now at 6 in the morning. Okay, well, that'll work good for us. Because what they've done is they send out these loud quads, like forerunners quads that are, whoop, whoop, going ripping by the house in the front yard. And like I say, I'm in the country, so my front yard is a fair ways away from the house. And you can hear, they like to put the dirt bike one. I call it the dirt bike goof. There's a dirt bike goof around here that likes to do, oh, okay, she's in bed at 6 in the morning. Perfect time. I just put my head down on the pillow. And you're like, oh! You wake up startled because it sounds like it's in your yard or whatever. For me, it just sounds like it's coming into the house, And so that one's happened periodically when they can catch me at a time where I'm putting my head down on the pillow. I like to pull that one. Or, yeah, those two for sure. Dirt bikes that are extremely loud, like they sound like they're on the racetrack, or the muffler has been taken off. And of course, they do that with vehicles going by too. And the best ones that they do that with would be trucks. Cars aren't so going by, but the trucks, they can change the mufflers, put special muffler systems on them to make them louder and such. I've had one. I've had a blue bottle muffler to be an asshole myself when I've about had enough. So that was at the beginning stages for me, and I kind of missed that truck, but she had to retire that one. It was a 91 old Chev truck, but she had a nice old rumbler on it. We used to call it the rumbler. Me and my best friend here, her and I would take it, and we'd laugh like hell going by these sons of bitches that would be blocking us in on the road, the auto mobbing, the boxing you in bullshit. Well, so I know about the noise and the thrill that the Honda can give you. Well, when you're trying to lay down to go to sleep, it's not such a nice noise, right? So they do that one on me. That's a big one. When I go to the city, it can be like the fire trucks, the ambulances, the cops, with their shit going by, and oh, such a big trauma ahead. You know, they're just trying to go get donuts or some damn thing. Who knows? But craziness, craziness, craziness. Um, so there's my little spew about noise campaigns in the country.